Welcome to another episode of UEN's PDTV. I'm your host, Katie Blunt. We start this episode at Grant Elementary in Murray School District, where Kayti Graham is a 5th grade teacher. Katie uses a variety of technology hardware and software in her teaching. Well, Katie, welcome to PDTV.
I'm glad to be here, thank you.
Let's start by having you tell us a little bit about the types of technology you use with your students.
I use a variety of technology. I use a lot of Chromebook apps and things that are supported on the Chromebook. Anything I can find and learn about, I try to implement in the classroom. For example, recently we did a popular assignment where students are stuck in a snow globe. It's a writing assignment mostly, but then we used the creative side. We learned how to make our own GIFs to get rid of the backgrounds and to actually perform like they were stuck in a snow globe. So instead of taking a picture, cutting it out, sticking it in the snow globe, they made a digital GIF of themselves being stuck in the snow globe.
But Katie doesn't use just any technology in her classroom. Before implementing a new tool, she puts EdTech Competency 1A into action. All hardware and software is evaluated with regard to instructional goals and student data privacy requirements. How exactly does she do this? Well, she doesn't do it alone. To understand the entire process, let's go back to the beginning. In Murray School District, the technology evaluation process starts with Missy Hamilton's team. Missy is the elementary school director for the district and the district technology director. So I understand that Murray District has been transitioning into a new system and platform for evaluating technology hardware and software with the goal that we're helping teachers have the best tools possible in the classroom.
Absolutely. You know, there are a lot of apps out there, right? And there's a lot of availability for different things. And we didn't want Learn platform to be yet one more thing, right? So we were trying to accomplish 3 things. We wanted teachers to know what apps were available. We wanted them to have a place to request apps. And then we wanted to make sure that they knew what training is available for apps. And so that's what we wanted to just encompass what we already had available for them and just have it be a one-stop shop of everything EdTech. So it was kind of nice. Partnering with Learn has been really, really valuable, not only for the app usage side, but they do something called rapid cycle evaluations for us too. So not only are we able to show teachers the apps that are available, but we also can send them our app usage data and they do correlation reports for us as well. So Learn platform is far more than just a app platform, right? They do a whole lot more. So it's been a really positive experience.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, you did your own little evaluation to determine that Learn was going to work really well for your district.
You bet. Yeah, we started to, we just loaded a few apps in there and said, is this going to work for us? And then pretty soon we just loaded all of our apps in our district. And then it was a really easy way for us to check for data privacy and to make sure that all of our teachers are safe as well when they start to use apps with their kids.
Let's dive into that a little more deeply. Why is it so important for a local education agency to have a process and platform for evaluating technology?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there are so many tools out there, right? The old adage of there's an app for that, right? So we want to make sure that we're playing on the safe side. Not only do we want to make sure that we're using apps that are engaging and are using high leverage practices for our students, but we also want to make sure it's really aligning to our district goals, right? We want to make sure it's a high quality instructional tool and not just something that's fun and keeps our kids busy, because that's not our goal in education. We want to make sure it's a high leverage tool. And at the same time, if it's collecting personally identifiable information and data for our kids, we want to make sure that we are compliant and that we're following the best interests of our students. So that is one thing that we take very seriously. So when we ask teachers, they want to check out an app, they put it into Learn platform, that alerts us, and then we do our due diligence to say, what data are you collecting? How do you take care of our students' privacy? And then we go ahead and say yes, approved, no, not approved. And then we also say, try some other apps. Here's some other things we already have in-house, or let's go ahead and explore some others that really take care of our students' data. And we really want to make sure our teachers are safe and our students are safe, and we take that very seriously.
Thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us on
You
this
bet.
process.
Thank you.
Once technology tools have been added to the district's Learn platform, technology coaches help teachers at the schools understand how to use the platform to find safe and reliable tools. Claire Meyer is one of the district's technology coaches.
So I support secondary teachers in our district, and my counterpart, Jerry Smith, supports elementary teachers. We also do a lot of work together, but our role when it comes to student applications and teacher requests for applications is ensuring that it meets student data privacy. We also work to train on the applications that we support and provide resources and professional development for our teachers. At one time we had a Google Doc where people would request things, and then we had another place where there were resources listed, and it was getting kind of messy. Learn platform is a really nice space where all of this comes together, and it's that one stop for teachers. Also within Learn platform, we have just a quick access button to our Murray City School District Digital Resources Guide. So if a teacher is looking at an application and they aren't quite sure how to use it, with just one click they can go and find different resources, whether it be videos that Jerry and I have made, recorded past PDs, or actual specific product guides from the company.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the great work that you and Jerry are doing in your district.
Absolutely, it's nice to talk with you.
Now it's time to go back again to Grant Elementary, where Kayti can now search the Learn platform to find tools for her classroom. So tell us how you, as the classroom teacher, utilize the Learn platform to help you determine what technology will be best for you and your students.
I look for apps that will make learning more effective for my students, but also more efficient with my teaching. So I look for things that can combine both of those elements. And then the third thing that I look for is what kind of feedback that I can give to my students, or immediate feedback that they can get from the work that they're doing. So when I look for an app, those are the three things I really look for, because technology is supposed to help us be more efficient while still teaching the standards that we need to teach. So if I can do that more efficiently and give better feedback to my students, that's my number one goal.
That is perfect. That's the whole idea of what we should be using technology for. Goals and curriculum first, and technology to support.
Absolutely.
So how does Learn help you know those things? Are there evaluations, ratings? How does that work?
There are. So there's some filters that you can use. So it kind of helps you filter down to what you are looking for. There are ratings. There's icons that show if it's supported in your district and who your district technology leaders, what they are supporting, which is very helpful, because if they know about the app and the technology, then you can then learn about the technology a lot easier, so they can help you answer questions that you might have, also how to implement it in your classroom, and they can help guide you to other teachers that have been using it. So you don't necessarily know who's already using it, but if it's supported by your district and your technology department, they know who's using it, and they can help you get connected with those people.
If you come across something new, but the district hasn't even evaluated it yet, is there a process for you to say, hey, will somebody take a look at this?
Yeah, absolutely. You can put a request in for that, and there's a system, and it's pretty user-friendly, so you can put that in, and then it will go to your district level, and then they'll start looking at it. It will also show if it's pending, so then you can kind of see, have they looked into this? Are they looking into this? Then after it's pending, you can see if they've approved it or if they've denied it. And it's nice to have the denials on there, so like I said before, you can see and you don't have to waste your time on going through the process again.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your classroom with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now that you have seen EdTech Competency 1A in action, consider how you can implement it in your teaching as well. You can utilize technology evaluation platforms and rubrics to help you decide which tools to implement in your teaching. The Learn platform is an excellent tool for finding technology resources, and Common Sense Media is another example where you can search for tools and get evaluations on their effectiveness. There are also a variety of rubrics that can help you evaluate individual tools to see if they're the right choice for your classroom. The technology evaluation process should be a collaborative one, so find out which tools and processes your district or school uses to determine the best technology tools for the classroom. You can reach out to your administrator, instructional coaches, technology coaches, and leaders in the IT department, EdTech department, and curriculum department. The Learn platform mentioned in this episode has been licensed statewide by the Utah State Board of Education. So dive in and start to search for which tools have already been approved by your LEA and make some requests and recommendations of what they might explore further. Administrators, you can also look up what tools and technologies have already been approved by other districts and schools in the state. Student data privacy is a very important part of this competency. Administrators can access the Utah Student Privacy Alliance to search and find out if a technology company has already completed the requisite data privacy agreements. Also, remember that for software licensed by the Utah Education Network, the required data privacy agreement is included with the state contract. So, LEAs don't need to worry about collecting these agreements individually. Classroom teachers, be sure to take time to evaluate the technology you plan to use and ensure that it really supports your learning goals and success criteria. For even more ideas, resources, strategies, and tools to help you implement this EdTech competency, be sure to visit uen.org/PDTV and access the teacher toolkit that accompanies this episode. Thanks for watching UEN's PDTV. For more professional development resources and to schedule a training, visit uen.org/development. We'll see you next time.